Yo yo yo, new day, new day. I am still sick. I gotta be honest. I am still sick. It has not gotten better. It has in fact only gotten worse. So congratulations to me. Well, that depends. I do have the willpower to speak now. That might just be because I got some sleep. So yeah, anyway, we are here. I have just, I don't know, fucking done absolutely nothing, the least possible things I could do today, because I could not be bothered doing anything else. My day has been so scattered. I have, not productively scattered, just scattered in terms of what I've done. I've watched some anime, I've played some games, and yeah, that's about it. I gotta be honest. I've been playing some Pokemon White 2 for a good portion of the day. And that has been nice. That's been real cool, real awesome. I've never played through Black and White 2 before, so I've just been doing that. The region is still the same and stuff. It's basically a sequel 2 years after you finish the game, the first game, like Black and White, which I have played in recent times, so I remember like everything going on. I remember like the abolishing Team Plasma, beating N, and beating what's his name? The guy with the Hydreigon that is basically N's dad. I don't know. I can't remember his name. I remember his fight being really cool though. And it's just it adds so much like flavor to it that he is so perfectly a counter to N. Like it's a whole fucking thing that I think I've actually talked about before, so let's just skip over that. No repeating themes here. That is a big no-no. Oh shit. So overall, pretty good, pretty solid. There are some like changes in like gym leaders and of course like big bad guys. I also talked about like Iris being the champion instead. Now I've actually like met and seen Iris, who I don't think have been revealed to be the champion, but I know that she's the champion. Wait, is she the champion or just the 8th gym leader? I'm actually unsure. That might have, I had like two separate thoughts of meeting meeting the separate, I don't know. Okay, so my primary thing here is that my memory tells me from my time playing Pokemon Vortex, which is basically a huge like MMO, like online. It's just a fucking website where you can just gather a bunch of very low tier website where you can just gather a bunch of Pokemon and then play in like some sort of like simulator, play through, like level up your team and stuff. There's like no animation behind it. It's just pictures and buttons, which is it's fine. It's relatively fine, especially for avoiding schoolwork when you really don't want to, when the lecture is boring. So that's what I've been doing for like a couple of years at least. That's pretty good. That's pretty fun, pretty solid. But I'm pretty sure there were two, because you can actually challenge gym leaders and such in that game, and I'm pretty sure that the champion, there were two different champions of Gen 5. I am pretty sure, or there were like versions of them you could battle after, like in some sort of battle tower. Which reminds me, I gotta get back into Emerald too. Oh well, what's it called? It's not the battle tower, the battle frontier, maybe. But yeah, I've just been playing, been gathering. I went from just before the second gym. Then I've gone through quite a lot today. I've defeated the second, third, and fourth gym. Some of them were pretty easy, some of them were not so easy. Actually, no, I haven't completed the fourth gym. I lost against the fourth gym, which is pretty insane. But it is to be expected because, man, those fucking Emolgas are fucking me up. They are really messing with me. They have the worst... no, actually, they're not the worst. I met a scientist trainer in like some sort of underground area who had the absolute worst setup imaginable. First of all, he had Hyper Potion, which, screw that guy. Then he had one single Grimer that had, what did he have? He had Protect, and then he had like, you know, Sludge and Smog and Minimize. I'm pretty sure that's the moveset. So it's pretty much just optimized to, you know, piss me off. And you know, as annoying as it is, I gotta respect how funny it is that they actually made that guy. Because, okay, so to put it in perspective, right? Minimize is a move that makes his Grimer harder to hit. So he spammed that 6 times. Then he spammed Smog 6 times, which means that I am less likely to hit him. Because of, I don't know. In these games, there are like 2 separate ways to, you can both avoid and you can miss, which is actually, I don't know, it's kind of goofy because there's a lot. I feel like in this game specifically, you miss a lot more because there is both the miss option and your opponent just avoided the attack option, which is faithful to the anime, sure. But, you know, God, it's annoying gameplay-wise, because it's just a whole bunch of nothing happening, right? But he set up those 2, then he also had... Oh, he didn't have light screen, thank God. I don't even yeah, he did have something to... he had Sludge Bomb to finally, you know, actually attack me once in a while. And then he had, you know, he also... He poisoned me with that too. That's a whole thing. But the first thing he also did was to pull out an X defend, because this guy is of course a scientist. He has like X items. So, you know, of course he does. God damn it, can you fucking stop? So he pulled out that, so of course, you know, even if I hit him, there's like a fucking 5% chance that I hit him. This was, of course, do no damage whatsoever, so I was very close to losing. If it wasn't because I had Swift on my Elekid. Swift is a move that just sends stars, like throwing stars and shit, but it can never miss. That is a key factor, but it's a very weak move, so I had to whittle it down a lot. So, you know, that's a fucking annoying. So that's like top 1 most annoying thing I've dealt with today, Pokemon-wise. The number 2 thing is the fucking Emolga in Gym 4. Elisa's Emolga is annoying as hell. Thank God she doesn't have 2 of them like she does in the original game, though. Now she has a Flaffy and a Substrika. So, you know, thank God for that, but it's still an Emolga with Volt Switch, which is the most annoying to deal with when you don't really have like a solid game plan or like a way to deal with electric types. That is not a ground move, because whenever, you know, whenever a Pokemon has, you know, it can fly, essentially, whenever they can levitate, I think it's just called levitate, their ability, they can just like kind of evade ground attacks because they're, you know, they are off the ground. That's the whole idea behind that. So of course Emolga is a little like, it's a little fucking rat flying around in the air, And whenever I switch out to like anything else, she volt switches so that essentially another Pokemon gets sent out like automatically. Very annoying, very irritating. And then when you essentially just have to raw dog the entire fight, because when she has Volt Switch, you cannot afford to like switch out yourself, which is the mistake I made. So I just have to, you know, a big thing in that fight, which was also something I feared very much, was not knowing what Pokemon she would send out first, because there was I was just banking on it not being an Emolga, and then of course it wasn't Emolga. Then I had my ground type out and it looked like a fucking idiot. I picked up a Drillbur, which is eventually gonna evolve into an Excadrill. Excadrill is really good, but I've never played him before, so now is the time, if any, a good as time as any to try it out. Also, I needed a way to like sort of deal with poison types, because I also had some difficulty with the poison type gym 2. I only got that way later, but you know, a lot of the Team Plasma guys also have like coughings and stuff. The big thing with this game against like original Black and White is that there are other generations, you know, Pokemon in here. So there's a lot of coughings, there are some Magnemites and stuff, you know, probably some fucking Magikarps too in the water, I don't know. But that's a whole thing that is just kinda there. It's not a problem, but I liked the vibe of, you know, it doesn't feel overwhelming. Oh fucking shit. But it didn't feel, it doesn't feel overwhelming that, like, you know, to the point that other generations are just taking over. So that's pretty great. That's pretty goated. That's pretty good. So yeah, I am currently just before the 4th gym. Have already lost to that. I thought for a second that the... Oh wait, that might be... yeah, okay. I think I get it now, because I think they might be my favorite gym. Ingo and Emmett from Gen 5. I don't know why, and I don't know what they have done to me, but the vibe of them, in my heart, they are my favorites. There's also the electric type that I cannot remember, that is one of their aces, that is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. I don't know, I'm a Gen 5 lover, if you have not noticed. That's pretty great. But I bumped into them in Nimbasa City, and they were just kinda chilling there. I had a little double fight with some random girl who looks a suspicious lot like a playable character. So who knows what that's about? Sorry about that. But yeah, essentially just a double fight with, like, you know, of course they held back this entire time. What the fuck is going on? Holy shit. Yeah, I'm not well. Yikes. So yeah, met those guys, beat them up, and they, I thought they were gonna be the gym leaders, like the new gym leaders in Nimbasa, but, you know, it's still... They just have a new gym, same gym leader, type shoot. But they are probably gonna be gym leaders, probably the 7th or 8th gym leader. I can't imagine that they would swap out Clay. The flying type gym, maybe they would switch that out, but it feels like a too key a location to, like, switch out. I don't know. Maybe it depends on, like, if you play black or white too. like who's the actual gym leaders, because I know there's a whole theme in the, like in the 8th gym area city, of like depending on what type, like depending on if you play black or white, aka Reshiram versus Sekrom, their whole thing is like, you know, the future versus like holding on to the past kind of deal, and that's also the same vibe throughout like the entire city of the last gym. I can't remember the name of the city. My bad, gang. But that's their whole shtick. So it might be depending on, like, because the whole shtick with Ingo and Emmett is that they are like train conductors, and this seems like, this entire game seems like a like futuristic type, you know, the entire nation is basically just upgraded. So I wouldn't be surprised if that area just became more high tech, because that's kind of what they begin to do in at the end of Black and White, is that the area like physically changes, and like you unlock a different area depending on which version you play, essentially. It's not like that different, but it's still a little different. It would be cool if they actually changed up the entire like gym leader, like who is the gym leader, but I think that would be way too much effort for Nintendo. Of course, this is Gen 5 we're talking about. They actually still gave a fuck about their games at this point. Who knows? A lot to think about. But yeah, I filled out my team for now, at least. I'm going with, you know, I of course have my Snivy, which is now a Servine, which is eventually gonna be a Superior. That's pretty goated, pretty awesome. I have the most vanilla flying type ever. What's it called? Like an Unpheasant. Tranquil is it called right now. To be an Unpheasant. Why can I remember these names? I don't know. My Drillbur, which is gonna be my main. I also have what's it called? Congerter is the final stage of that guy. I have the first stage of him, Timber. Well, again, I am surprised in myself. I usually can't remember these things, so great job me remembering, of all things, Pokemon names off the top of my head. Great job, yeah. So, those are 4. What are the other 2 I have? That's a flying type. I have the Elekid, of course. That's probably gonna be a stay, because I really want to play an Electivire. For some reason, I don't know. Electivire just kind of tickles my bones. What's this? What's the 6th one? Darumaka, the fire jokester. I know that there are a lot of weaknesses in this team, specifically that I don't really have dabbled into, the like, you know, any dark type, psychic type, poison even. Like, I haven't ventured into that side of typings, and a lot of them are single typings. That's also, you know, Servine is gonna be a, or Superior is gonna be a single type. Congerter, I'm pretty sure, is also single type. Darumaka, I don't know if Darmanitan is actually fighting type. But otherwise, that is that might actually be a problem, because I have. Okay, I gotta check up on that, because if he is fighting type 2, I can drop Timber, even though I don't want to. But I can drop him, just get some better coverage. Tranquil is also a problem. He is, you know, if even 2 types, then that is like flying and normal, I think. So, you know, and then of course Elekid, Electabuzz, Electivire, all single typing electric. I'm still gonna keep them though, but you know, I might have just had a small little epiphany and made space for one singular more member. I'm also thinking of dropping my Unfezant, my flying type. Because I just remembered that there is the possibility of a, what are they called? Sigilif? The flying psychic type that is, I don't know why they're flying type, but they're psychic type at least. And I kinda really need a either dark or psychic type just for like general coverage. Yeah. I don't know though. I don't have like my team fully planned out like some people do when they start their playthrough. I just kind of wing it the entire way. Like I also, you know, with the entire like, it's not just Gen 5 anymore. Like who am I gonna pick here? As like, you know, I don't really know who is even in this gen. Or in this game to pick from. I know that at some point there's gonna be a Larvesta that's just kinda chilling in some cave that you can just kinda catch. But that also signs, you know, as much as I like Larvesta, I don't love him. Or Volcarona, technically. Yeah, no, it is a Volcarona. You don't get... The problem with Larvesta is that usually he takes like level 57 or 59 or something to evolve. But no, here he's just kind of chilling in a cave after gym 4 or 5, I think. At level like 30? Who knows? It's a goofy, like, under-leveled compared to, you know, he shouldn't have evolved yet type Pokemon, right? So it is a bit weird that he's even here. And I also, I don't know, it just feels wrong to pick him up. You know, I would much rather do a Darmanitan instead. Just also, like, I don't know, I don't really need bug types, to be honest. If I do keep my, you know, I have a way to deal with grass types. That's pretty, you know, if anything, it would be to get rid of psychic types. That might actually be a good enough idea. But I just gotta, I don't know, I don't really want anyone pure dark type. Or like dark type at all. I just want somebody with like bite or crunch or something, like Shadow Claw, something like that. Like just a couple of dark type moves scattered about. That's what I usually do, at least. Of course I don't want to like do the same playthrough over and over again, right? But that's just what I've found works. It's just, I don't know why, specifically dark type moves like crunch and bite. Just have them scattered out throughout the rest of your team. Because if you do have specifically a dark type, I don't know why, he just gets messed up. He just gets fucked over. I don't know. I think I played a Houndoom in my Gen 3 in my Emerald run, and that he just didn't perform all too well. I don't know, might have just been impatient, might have just been using him incorrectly. Again, back to Pokemon Vortex, I also ran Houndoom, like, pretty frequently, actually. And he did really well, so I'm surprised that he didn't do all too well in Emerald. I don't know, might just be a whoopsie daisies on my part, you know, not the right tooler for the tool, and whatever the younglings say today. They don't say that. So anyway, I'm doing that. What was the third gym even? Oh yeah, Berg, right. Yeah, that was just before the third gym. That's when I met that scientist that really fucked me up. I don't know why. He really messed with me. God damn it. Yeah. Womp womp. I've been using, like, non-damaging things a lot more. Like Leer and stuff. Just because there's so much more possibility of... I don't know, I feel like I am kind of under-leveled wherever I go, and therefore I don't do that much damage. It might just be the stats of my Pokemon. Like, I'm fucking Pidove and Snivy, and Elekid. Not really the best trio, right? But, you know, we make it work. But mostly, I feel like my stats aren't that great. You know, because usually I can just go into, even if I am like a couple levels under the guy, and by the guy I mean the gym leader, I can usually pull out a W like with not too much difficulty. But that's not the case here, because I'm just, I don't know, I don't feel prepared enough, I think is the entire thing. But also this whole new system with like evading, like both evading and missing moves is really messing with me, because I've many times been hit with the, oh, your opponent just kind of avoided your move. Like, what the hell, man? That's kind of messed up. But it is what it is. Could you... Oh, well. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing in terms of, I don't know, I'm debating whether to yap on or not. I don't know if I'm gonna die in like a second, or if I'm gonna die in like, you know, 10 minutes. I don't know. Who really knows? Oh well, I've been keeping up with some new anime that's been coming out, which is exciting, because I don't really, I haven't followed them. It's been a while since I've watched anything like new airing. You know, of course I've been watching something that's been going on, like airing, but you know, it's, you know, been following along with the story, because Dandadan, for example, I've been following that, like, whenever it comes out, I guess. I'm gonna die. Yep. Oh shit, got too greedy. Oh well. Well, yap session over. Is not important enough to keep yapping about. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, fellas.